Now, Deputy President Cyril Ramaphosa addressed the Khoisan 4 outside the Union buildings this morning. We cross there to our reporter Laranzo Temba, who is there. Laranzo, we understand the Khoisan chief is about to address the Khoisan 4 this morning.
Well, the Khoisan chief just arrived at the Union buildings, and of course he arrived to a crowd that has gathered here where they have set up camp. And I must tell you, he was all smiles. A better man that I saw from yesterday, who was obviously in such pain, in such anguish. They have not eaten in 17 days. And I have with me Christian Martin, and as well as Khoisan chief to his right. Let's start with you, Mr. Martin. This has been a very difficult journey for you, that you were prepared at some point to die for. How do you feel at this moment, now that the Deputy President has really humbled himself and has come down to see you?
I think the most important words for us is thanks God, all the glory, the praise is His. For us, we really feel humbled by the President and within himself, the Deputy President of the country could come down. We just from church, and myself and Chief decided that we're going to church this morning to really pray the gates of heaven to be open for the Deputy President to do this. And when we put on our phones, we were flabbergasted by people telling us the Deputy President was there, and we believed, and that is important. And we also want to thank our young men that was here, you know, on watch, be ready, and have made us proud. I think from my side, God is good.
And a lot of people have been really worried. Thank you so much. A lot of people have been really worried about your state of health, Chief Khoisan SA, really, because it has been 17 days that you have not been eating, living off ice and water, and of course the faith that you've mentioned. I mean, how do you feel physically right now, and how soon can you really eat?
Well, this now tells me, if we have said that, and we made it clear that if the President or the Deputy comes, we are starting our eating. So this is, as of now, when I'm speaking now, we will start our eating. But we are also glad because of God that it has come through. And I mean, all the honor. And you saw us yesterday when we were in tears. And we thought that this moment will never happen. That's why when the tears are rolling, it is because we are very, very much glad.
The one thing that the Deputy President has promised is that he will put all four of you in a plane, and you'll make it in time for Christmas. What's the one thing that you would looking forward to doing when you get home, Chief?
I just like to see my family. That's the main thing. Because you see, I've never ever in my life, I'm now 49 years going on 50 on Tuesday. So I've never been away so long. So to my family, I mean, they at this moment in time, they always felt when I was phoning them, they start crying, and it makes me cry on the other side. But the fact that I will see them before Christmas, that is a joy in my heart.
Now that the memorandum has been accepted by the Deputy President, the things that you do have in the memorandum, you are still quite vocal about them. Remind our viewers again, what exactly are you looking for?
Yes, the 4 demands that we've raised forward was, the first one is we want government to recognize us as the first nation of South Africa. And we all know that is undisputable. The second one is our language, which is on the coat of arms. It's not an official language, but we want it official. The third one is the land claims of 1913. We want it to be scrapped because it's withholding us from making any claims. And the fourth one is we want the colored identity to be scrapped, because on the documents of government, the Z83 forms, there you find colored, but we're not colored. So it means that we're not filling in those forms. So if that is looked at, then we will gladly fill in those forms.
Well, I guess, Chief, as well as you, are looking forward to meeting up with the Deputy President, because he did say that he's going to be talking to the Khoisan 4, you, which is yourselves, just to converse with him and really just talk about the demands that you have. But on a parting shot, I mean, what is it's been 23 days. It has been long. I mean, are you disappointed that this took long for just 10 minutes of the officials' time for them to just come here and listen to you? Are you disappointed that this happened, in such a long time?
I'm definitely not disappointed. The reason for that is that all things work out good for those that are willing to wait, and it worked out good. The Deputy President came at the right time. You know what, let me tell you this. This morning I was listening to a song of Lazarus, 4 days late but just in time. And I played it over and over, and I will never forget that song. 4 days late but just in time. So the Deputy President was just in time. I also just need to be grateful towards the media. You know, we would have been here in our situation for maybe longer if it was not for the media in general. So from my side, the media have saved our day. And from the people's side out there were so many people that actually supported us. And more, I need to say this lady here, if it was
we can't see her for now.
Of course, but if it was not for Lisa Holt, I would have been dead. Lisa Holt came to this place and she said, the medical people is going to test myself, and I don't know nothing about blood sugars and whatever sugars. And that is the night that they found out about my state. So it wasn't for her and enforcing the fact that we should take it. I must honor today as a lady that thank you, Lisa. Thank you very much.
So what you're saying, really, it's been an effort of a community, but also an effort of you activists. Thank you so much for giving us your time, and all the best and good luck. But one thing, you're not walking back home, right?
Ma'am, if you walk with us, we will walk back.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Well, you heard it. I mean, we are looking at people that are laughing now at this camp. This just shows you just the relief that has really, come to this camp, because we did see scenes that were very dire yesterday when people were starting to give up hope. But I think the Deputy President has really restored hope here, and fortunately, they will be flying home. Back to you.
Thanks, Leranzo Temba, our reporter there outside the Union buildings, where there's some excitement, gratitude and some sighs of relief after the President really just committing to finding some solutions for the Khoisan form.